Welcome, Smutters, to the Sibsreadsmut Minisode.
Hello.
Hello.
Top of the day.
Top of the evening to you.
Top of the evening.
This is our chance to let you know about what else besides Smut is on our reading lists or in the pop culture zeitgeist that we are checking out right now, and give you our recommendations or not, or just tell us to go fuck off. But we'll do our best not to throw out spoilies for any of these titles, but some might just pop out, so be forewarned. A list of titles will be in the episode description, so make sure to add all of those to your Goodreads lists, or wish lists or viewing lists or whatever the fuck we end up talking about.
Yes.
Check it out. On this past week's podcast, we discussed Deuce books, two books, Simple Wild and Running Wild by K.A. Tucker. Both good titles here, whichever side of the screen that they will be on, you will see the covers. Both recommends from us. Yeah. So, enjoy those.
Go to Alaska. Read them. Go to Alaska and read them on your cruise. And it'll be just really good.
Watch the snow caps melting.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben was telling me today about a super El Nino. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess it's in the Pacific Ocean. I feel like you should be abreast of a super El Nino. It's it's like the hottest. It's 10 degrees hotter than any El Nino's ever been. And scientists are just we don't fucking know.
It's a mucho Nino. That doesn't sound good for our coast. Do not like
the world. No.
Other than really bumming us out about climate change, Helen, what else have you been reading or watching this week?
I have really only read one. I finished a book. I feel like I've brought it up here 4 times now, but I finally finished the Sarah Adams book. What was it called? In Her Dreams? No. Oh my God, I don't even remember the name of it. It was the final book of the Rome, Kentucky series, and I really liked it. This was the one where she's the chef in New York, and she ends up in Your Dreams.
In Your Dreams,
the number 4 When in Rome series, and so she is a big time chef, or no, she's a small time chef in New York, and she ends up coming back to Rome, starts a restaurant, yada yada, drama ensues. Her, it's the whole Rome, Kentucky cast, her siblings. She falls in love with James, I think it is, the surly neighbor. He's his
the best
parents,
friend.
The brother's best friend. How come you never had any best friends for me to fall in love with, you jerk? That were husky, business owners who were gonna make me the chef in their new restaurant kitchen.
Oh, if you just stopped at husky, I'm like, Helen, all of my friends were big guys. Every single one of them was husky boys.
For the record, I definitely meant to say hunky.
Hunky?
Husky instead of funky. And now that I'm reflecting on that, there could not be a more accurate statement. What are you looking for in a guy? Somebody who's a little, husky. Definitely meant to say hunky, but I said husky. And Helen stand by that.
Helen likes her men thick.
I mean, I don't want to be skinnier, or I don't want to be fatter than my boyfriend, that's for sure. But anyway, so I really enjoyed In Your Dreams, Sarah Adams, and then I found out it's becoming a series on Netflix. I think it just
the whole Rome series.
Yeah, I think all 4. Sarah Adams just announced it.
They're really diving into the smut genre right now.
Smut to show pipeline here. It's let me see. I think it's Netflix, but I guess I shouldn't assume that. Rebel Media and MGM Television to adapt Sarah Adams' When in Rome series. Just announced on the 23rd, 3 days ago. So they've adapted the rights. Very exciting. That'll be good. I feel like everything that, they're probably listening to our podcast and picking out our favorites, and then that's what's getting made into a show.
Yeah.
We're finding out how
Probably.
the sausage is made. We need to get paid for this.
Big old sausage. The old
Big old
sausage.
sausage.
Well, and you mentioned that you wanted on the main pod you had you were going to explain something about Jimothy to me.
Oh my God. I am horrified that you are unaware, that you have no knowledge of Jimothy. Do you still, have you Googled him yet? Jimothy is a misshapen raccoon in the Seattle area who is a real thing. He is not AI. He is an actual, like, he has a spinal issue, and his family is like when he was born, like people in Seattle would like see him in like their yards.
He looks like a chupacabra.
He's not. He's a raccoon. He's a misshapen raccoon, and he has taken on a whole life of his own. I mean, he lives a lovely life in Seattle. He has a family that's very supportive of him. They like lift him up and in and out of the trash cans and stuff. Like the Seattle community has like really come alive for Jimothy. So he got this name, and then now people are getting like Jimothy tattoos. There's like art and murals going up around Seattle. There's somebody sold a bunch of.
There's no accounting for taste. I mean, these people are fucking ludicrous.
He's so cute. You can't be mad at Jimothy. I just like sometimes it just baffles me that you don't know the like. Oh, look, when you Google Jimothy, a little Jimothy runs across the screen on Google.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how, like, this is, like,
I'm looking at the
infiltrated.
article on the Washington Post. We'll put a picture up for all you folks who are like me and don't know who this stupid fucking raccoon is. There's one of him holding an American flag. I mean, at least he's American, you know, with... our terrible healthcare system would have probably killed his spinal bifida.
At least he's American. I would not say at least he's American. But every time you click this little button, Jimothy runs across your screen now.
What little button? I
love it. I don't know. There's a little green paw print at the bottom of my Google screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, he goes from left to right and right to left. This is idiotic. But okay.
Listen, there is a super El Nino coming for us, all right? I couldn't go outside for several days this week, which this is actually normal for you.
Wasn't that the smoke from Canada?
Yes, Ned. It's not Canada's fault. That it's global warming is the reason there's these fires. But there's...
No, they're not raking enough, Helen. I mean, the president said so.
I just don't... Jesus Christ. We're not going there. It baffles me, like, still, you talk about, like, fire season in LA and, like, you know, when the Palisades, like, there's been a lot of fires, actually, that are a little too close for comfort for you in LA and just, you know, your land and your world out there on the coast. But fire season is not something that I think about here. And so we had the AQI scale, whatever the air scale is, like 0 to 500. And our air in Chicago last Thursday or whatever was 927 or something. It was like so far beyond the scale that people invented to measure air quality. It was people were just like, we don't know. We don't know how this is going to affect people. Like it's like smoking 100 cigarettes a day or something like that. If you go outside
Phenomenal.
Yeah, you would love that. My favorite was I was walking into work and, of course, I was going to wear a mask, but I wasn't apparently going to wear the right mask. And my husband is an asthmatic. He's very cute, but he does have asthma. And so he was like, Helen, you have to wear this, super N95 intense thing. So here I am wearing my, it's not a respirator, but it feels like one. I feel like Darth Vader.
Gas mask, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm, walking into work, and there's a guy just walking by, at the hospital, and he's, puffing a cig. I was like, dude, you don't need to do that right now. Look around. The air is orange. It is wild. And so it was kind of crazy. But anyway, I felt like you.
Yeah.
That's all.
No.
Anyway, I said all that to say Jimothy is a beacon of hope in a dire, shitty world, and we stand Jimothy in this house. So
Okay. Well,
carry on.
I don't get it. I this week finished a bunch of books. I
Typical.
finished This Book Made Me Think of You by Libby Page. I think I was reading
Oh.
that on last week's podcast.
Did you like it?
I did.
I
You know,
wanna
it
read
was
but I don't have
yeah,
time.
it was good. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get to it.
No, I think it got returned already.
Yeah, it might have got returned already, but you know, it's the bookstore, you know, kind of, you know, trope, and she's got a dead husband, and it's, you know, it was good. You know, there was a lot of fun in there, but you know, it was much more not even commie. It was romancy, but not very open door. It was pretty tame, but I enjoyed it a lot. I would that would be a recommend from me for sure. And then I clicked away from my list because I was not looking.
You were looking at pictures of Jimothy.
Yeah, no. I wanted to look at the other covers for this. Made me think of you. Devil in the High Seas, Pirates of King's Landing, Book 3, Lauren Smith, kind of spicy pirate story.
Okay.
Which I've read the other two books. I think Dad started it and realized what kind of book it was, and turned it off after like 10%.
I was gonna say it's because it's pirates. I'm sure he'd be into just pirates, but
Yeah, but
maybe
it
not
was it.
pussy pirates.
Yeah, it definitely there was a little spice in there, but that was a decent series, and I enjoyed it. The Burning Side by Sarah Mayoff.
Yeah.
That was good. You know, it was more drama-y novel than romance and whatever, but also a book that has cheating in it that I could stand. You know,
really?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't like it or support it, but it did it in a way where I was like, okay, if you're gonna have cheating in a book, at least this one kind of made the characters deal with it, you know, and
Okay.
I didn't, you know, it's worth a read. You know, it was just a good book and not
excited.
smutty really.
So The Burning Side is Sarah Damoff, her second book. So The Bright Years is her first book, which I read like a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it's my current book club book so we're reading it for our next club. So, and then The Burning Side is her second. I love the covers of these books. Also, they're very artsy. And Sarah Damoff lives in Texas, and she used to work in like child welfare. So, you know me, that social worker, loving that. So I feel like she deals with a lot of issues really well in these. They're complicated, but both. I mean, she's 2 books out in the past 2 years, and they both are like super highly rated.
Yeah.
Really big successes. So both.
I've not gone back.
I've
not gone back to the first book yet. But I put it on my list after reading this one. I enjoyed this one, and I looked at the description of the first one, and I was kind of like, yeah, that's a little heavier than I'm looking for right now.
It's
I'm like,
heavy, but it's good. Yeah.
Also, Codename Genesis. This is the new, not new. It's an older. No, new as it's not new as in new release, but it's new to me. Series by Sawyer Bennett, who wrote all of those hockey books. You know, the 20-book hockey series that I read. This is Jameson Force Security Book 1, and there's and once again he's moving his company to Pittsburgh, so it's Pittsburgh centric again.
Pittsburgh porn.
And so it's it's smutty, you know, it's not like full on pornography, but it has very open door scenes in it. And Calamity Club by Kathryn Stockett.
Oh my God,
Stockett.
29 hours. I'm starting it after my next book.
Yeah, it was a long listen. You know, beautiful, characters and whatever else. It could have been at least 10 hours shorter for sure.
People are loving it. It's getting good ratings, and I've heard
it was good.
Like, friends that they really are liking it. So.
It was good, but it was absolutely way too long. But you know, it's a it's a character portrait study. I mean, she gets you into these people's lives. It's worth it. I mean, this is another book too where there's it's in the South, so they speak slowly, and I ended up listening.
How fast did you listen?
2.5. I ended up listening at 2.5.
And do you feel like if I really am just immersing myself in a book, I'll slow it down to like 1.7 or like 1.5 if I don't understand an accent or something, but then like 1.7 if I just want to like savor a book. So I was thinking about that with Calamity Club of like, I really want to savor that book. So am I gonna have to slow it down? But you're saying
there's
no.
There's more than enough of it to savor over 29 hours, but it is.
No, but I can't multitask. Like,
but
if I really want to love a book, like I need to not be on Instagram.
They speak so slowly that in the first place, this very southern accent,
that's racist.
They speak so slowly. It was like the Obama book. He speaks so slowly in the first place that you can listen to it at 3 and it sounds like you're listening to a regular person talk.
Yeah.
So it was, for me, it was in that vein of 2 sounded very slow to me. So 2.5 was like, okay. It sounded like they were speaking a little quicker.
So it wasn't quite 29 hours for you. It was more like 13.
Yeah, 13 and a half or 14, whatever it ended up being. But it's good. It's a long, it's a lot to listen to. I finished the book 7 in the David Slayton series by Ward Larsen, Assassin Strike. Which was good. Ex-Mossad killer goes back to save someone in the Middle East. Fun, good.
So
good,
fun. Oh my god.
Spy romp. And then I finished the series by Michael Chatfield on the Warpath. Was book 5 in the last book in that series. And sci-fi, alien wars and stuff. Yeah. I mean, good finish up to the series. And yeah, I mean that's the stuff I finished this week. I got a couple other books on the go, but we have so many books ready to go back. I'm like, yeah. Well, I mean that's I look at dicks on TV and attempt to.
Okay, you need to explain that. People here don't know what you're doing right now, and for you just to throw that line around is wild.
I'm currently working on the Naked and Afraid series for Discovery Channel, and it is part of my job to make sure that everyone's bits and bobs are blurred. So, that is what I spend some of my day doing.
You cannot just throw that line around and then not clarify.
I could be watching Off Campus.
That's true. Yeah, it is true. There are bits and bobs. In that show. Did you finish Off Campus? You were working on it last week.
No.
Okay. What episode did you get to?
Too much Tour de France. Yeah, I haven't continued on because the tour wrapped up today. Today was the last day of the tour.
Really? Who won?
They've Pogača won. Pogača. I keep saying his name is Pogača because that's what it looks like, but it's Pogača. He was winning by over 7.5 minutes going into the final day. So like it wasn't a question that he was going to win the day.
Ned and our mom are obsessed with the Tour de France.
Tour de France. I do have a trope debate this week.
Okay, lay it on.
A little check it out. Which romance is harder to write well? That's the question this week. Write well. Enemies to lovers or fish out of water? What is harder to write, do you think?
Enemies to lovers.
That's
my gut. That's my gut. Because fish out of water, it depends on what the fish is and what the water is. Like, I don't know. I feel like you could do that pretty well if it's something you're familiar with.
Well, I mean, we've read 2 that that we've talked about literally this week, which was My Favorite Bad Decision and Simple Wild are both fish out of water, and both of them are done pretty well, and both are done well, and also Simple Wild could technically be considered an enemies to lovers, which I don't think was done as well as the Fish Out of Water. It's literally both of those tropes are in the same book.
But the debate was which is harder to write.
Which is harder to write, and I would say enemies to lovers is harder to write, and it's harder to write and get right. Yes.
Yeah. So we agree.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Which do you like more?
That's a really hard one.
If done well, which one do you like more? Because, if enemies to lovers is done bad, well, then, I'd rather watch Fish Out of Water. But if they're both good, which one do you prefer?
In this moment, because I really do love an enemies to lovers, but I'm going to pick the Fish Out of Water because of fish fuckers. What is that? What is the real name? You call it Fish Fuckers, and now I can absolutely not remember the actual name of that book.
It happened one summer.
It happened one summer.
Tessa Bailey.
Thank you, Tessa Bailey. That Fish Out of Water story is one of my favorite Fish Out of Water stories, and I don't know if it just lives so peak in my brain because it's so funny for us, and it was the first romance novel that brought you into
that's
the
how
smut
you get that's
world.
how you get pink eye.
That's how you get pink eye, and Clutching My Pearls, and just all of the one-liners that you had about that book. It made me look at that book in a whole different way. But also, and Tessa Bailey just writes a great funny story anyway, but that stands out. That book stands out to me as a great Fish Out of Water story and hilarious. And so I don't know. I think Fish Out of Water leaves a lot of room for humor and things to go silly. So I'm gonna pick that. What would you say?
I'd agree. I'd go Fish Out of Water. I mean, there's too many pitfalls in enemies to lovers that you can miss. Yeah. But if they're both done well, the butting of heads and the adversarial tone of enemies to lovers just doesn't get me as well as, and I think it can be misconstrued, even if it's done well. It can be misconstrued as meanness over flirtiness.
Yeah, you read it usually, you always read it more as he's just a dick, an actual dick.
Whereas Fish Out of Water, you can poke fun. And it can be taken more lighthearted than an enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers tends to be more mean or spiteful, and Fish Out of Water tends to just kind of laugh. You get to laugh along, and I think I'd prefer, if both done well, a Fish Out of Water more so than enemies to lovers. Yeah. But I
never thought about it till right now, but I agree.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Chaz, for the wonderful question. Yeah, some good podcast fodder. Do you have anything else fit to print? Anything else that the Smutters need to know about?
No, I'm really glad we covered Jimothy. Thank you for
reminding you.
Yeah, you did bring it up. You brought up a raccoon in your thing, and I would not have thought of him otherwise.
Yeah, that yucko. I'm sorry I had to do that to you folks. Well, check out all the books that we talked about in this minisode in the description below. And join us next week for what, Helen?
Free Bird.
False God by C.W. Farnsworth.
I got the F right.
So False God, C.W. Farnsworth. Tune in next week. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I think episode end.
It's over now. You can turn off your radio.
Tune in next week, Smutters.
Goodbye. Have a good week.
Adieu. Bye-bye.
Bye.